Good morning, everybody. Charging back over from the other hall, I just found out I've got the privilege and the honour of introducing two fabulous people. Laura, who you saw yesterday from Samsung members on the panel, and Lodwidge, also from Samsung members, and they're going to talk to you today about the brilliant programme, the pan-European expertise, and how they adapt it to delight all those customers in all those different markets that they're in. So without further ado, I think you're both mic'd up. You don't need this one, do you?
Morning, everybody. So thank you. We're looking forward to talking you through our Samsung case study on how we're driving more active loyalty with our customers across Europe through our technology and connecting with customer passions. So we're going to talk to you about Samsung Members. This is our loyalty engagement platform, which is a place where our customers can be helped through our technology to do more of what they love to do. And we'll take you through how we came to the proposition and the key pillars that are supporting that. Samsung is extremely privileged in that we have a huge range of products for the customer. We can deliver our smartphones, which help connect to passions of customers' love of photography. We have our TVs that really help drive the passion for entertainment and gaming. We have lots of connected home devices which help drive more well-being and efficiency in the home, and also our monitors, which are helping customers in productivity and at work. So we have really want to develop an engagement platform that helps us take enable customers to make the most of our ecosystem in their lives in a way that's relevant to their passions. So just to give you a little bit of context to Samsung Members, it is an app and a web platform. It launched in 2017, and we currently have over 60 million members across Europe. It is a loyalty app and web platform, which is really at the heart of the customer experience, where it's connected through CRM and other lifecycle communications to really help customers do more of the things they love. And today, the story that we're going to take you through is focusing on three key areas. Pivoting, so we'll talk through, as a business, what was our key business challenges that we had to focus on and really why we needed to set up this strategy. Then it's about the passion, so we'll take you through the proposition in a little bit more detail and how we're delivering that to the customer. And then finally, PPX, so this is our internal acronym for post-purchase experience, which links to the lifecycle communications that we're delivering to our customers. So first chapter is on pivoting.
I think what's really important to talk about here is actually rewind a couple of years ago. We had some really key challenges, and I think, Samsung isn't like a kind of an FMCG goods or a kind of supermarket where you get regular purchases. So people that are buying tech usually kind of our shortest lifespan is every 2 years for a purchase. So how do you engage your customers between purchase and then a repurchase? And that was our key challenge because, in between that, apart from interacting with the device, but really what the customer's interacting with is the software and the apps on the device, how do you make sure that you drive that emotion and connection? So from a consumer perspective, they don't really have a way to engage with our brand per se, apart from our physical tech. Also, unknown buyers. Customers a few years back, pre-COVID, customers were buying from retailers and we didn't know who they were. So, this was one of the key things that we needed to kind of help to do. And obviously, there is no emotional connection for those customers, and they were coming through from those retailers, and they probably had an emotional connection with those retailers because they were more trustworthy. Well, not more trustworthy than Samsung, but in terms of from a buying perspective. And then we know that NPS falls across the ownership of the device. And I think what the key thing is obviously when you get a new piece of tech, it's really fun in the new stage of it. You have your first couple of weeks and it's really fun kind of uncovering all the new things that you can explore on there. But then as your device ages, and that's over a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, we know that software gets slower, battery life gets a bit less efficient. So, this is, something that we need to address with customers. And I think also there is an insight here in terms of actually customers what they tend to do, specifically on phones, they will match their usage of their old phone to their new phone. So even if the new phone has a load of new software on it and new features and functions, customers are unlikely to use it because actually they don't know how and they've not been shown. So actually there is the struggle with customers to kind of uncover all these really cool things that are actually packed into the Samsung devices and to kind of help them unlock their passions that they can kind of work with when they do that. So we had to elevate the Samsung ownership. Apologies if you can't see some of the words on here. We hadn't realised our font wouldn't show up. But essentially, what we had to do is kind of, shift this from a transactional relationship we were having with our customers, and I guess we were selling in a way that was a brand. So we were going out and kind of showing, kind of driving this really kind of aspiration in terms of, why Samsung's a great brand, and then why you should buy our tech, buy our latest products. But we had to go a bit deeper than that. We couldn't just kind of rely on that. So we needed to kind of go from kind of forgettable and passive to the kind of memorable and active. We needed to add these kind of joyful moments to these customers so that actually there was a reason to buy Samsung. We're in a highly competitive market. And obviously, I'm aware that most people probably in this room have an Apple device. So we've got a key eye on our key competitors and also some new entrants that are coming into the market as well. And we need to kind of drive that emotional engagement. And obviously, typically, I think this is kind of across most businesses, but obviously going from a product-centred perspective to customer-centric. So this was something that we kind of really, really needed to do and drive that emotional engagement. I think layered on top of that, everyone knows we had the pandemic. So I think as a business, we were marketing to customers as a B2B2C. So we were focusing on our brand, why Samsung, why our products, why they're great. And then we would rely on the retailers to pick up those customers and sell them those products. But actually, when all the physical retail shut, and we had no access points for customers to come in and touch and feel and explore our products, they were coming to us direct at Samsung.com. And it, to be honest, that had to have a big pivot for the business. So we'd gone from focusing on retail partnerships and kind of getting customers up to the point of purchase, but we hadn't thought beyond this point at all. So we had to have this big kind of strategic move as a business from going from a B2B2C to being a direct-to-consumer relationship. So, this is where we kind of had to make our change. And Samsung Members was a really key program for us to do that with, because for us, that is our key engagement platform, and every mobile customer has access to Members. And it was about how can we unlock this with customers and how can we do that and, drive that deeper relationship with those customers.
So passions then, in terms of our strategy, how are we going to deliver this experience to the customer? So as you can imagine, getting a European-wide program in place takes a lot of rigor. We went through a long process ensuring that we did customer research around different propositions with different segments, ensuring ultimately that our proposition would appeal not only to our mobile customer base, but also our home appliance customer, our TV customers, and really be something that represents Samsung as opposed to one of our product categories. So how did we engage our customers through passions? So first of all, we had to ensure, we looked at this through 6 different lenses, considering what is our brand, what does it represent, ensuring that we'd have a proposition that would be aligned to that, what are our consumer interests and passions and buyers that we need to support, what is the context, like what are our competitors doing and other best practices in the market, also looking at the demographics and the future KPIs and the future of the brand. So this slide really helps to synthesize the key components as a result in terms of brand and consumer that we merged together for the final proposition. So our brand is about removing and defying the barriers for our customers so they can have meaningful progress through our technology. And the consumer insight is that a lot of customers, ourselves included, struggle with the time to follow our own passions, and we really need help to make that easier. So the sweet spot here is Samsung helps you do more of what you love to do. It was really important for us that we had a really consumer-facing proposition, something that would be helping us to drive that active emotional connection with the brand and not only a transactional relationship. So we wanted to do that then tapping into the most relevant passions with our brand and consumers. So based on our product line, photography, entertainment, well-being, and life hacks were key passion areas. And ultimately, this was really important for us to be driving both retention and cross-sell. A lot of our customers own mobiles, but maybe don't own a TV or don't own a home appliance. They may own a TV, but not a mobile. So it's really an opportunity for us to help bring more experiences and opportunities to the customer to buy more of the Samsung product range. And just coming back to some insights on the opportunity here. So when we consider device stickiness versus brand stickiness, from a device perspective, one of our insights as a business is that most customers do only use a fraction of the capability on your device. It can be as less 50% probably on average, but as low as 20% of features that are being used. So it really means that we as a brand need to try and help our customers to understand what else they can be doing, which can help make their lives easier. Helping to create more dopamine hits of joy across that life cycle of ownership. Not just when they get the first unboxing feeling and get their new device, but also uncovering new exciting ways to use their device across the 2 years of ownership for a mobile, for example. And then from a brand perspective, it is that improved stickiness by helping them to do more in the context of their passions. So it's that emotional connection, therefore, to the brand and the relevance of our products in their life. So when we defined the proposition, we then looked at what are the pillars to deliver this. We defined 4 key pillars. The first is support. This is a foundational requirement for our customer experience, ensuring that we have the right support in place for all our products. And Samsung members is a really key entry point for our customers to get access to all the great support that is available to them at Samsung, as well as some very unique features, which I'll take you through soon. And then the next pillar is inspire, so helping customers with tips and tricks, really bite-sized information to help get the most out of the products. Then reward, giving them exclusive benefits, access and offers to our products before anyone else. And then finally connecting with a community of Samsung fans so that they feel that sense of belonging with the brand. So looking at support, so Samsung Members app has a very strong support function. We have developed, in particular, a diagnostic tool for the phone, so you can go into the Samsung Members app, run the diagnostics and check, optimize your battery, optimize all the functionality in a very quick and easy way. You also have access to remote support. If you have an issue, you can literally have someone from customer service be on the phone with you and take control of your phone and fix something directly there. Same can happen with your TV, etc. So that's quite a unique proposition. Also, live chat, 24/7 access to support, and other FAQs there. So we're really trying to bring all the key support into one place so that it's really easy to access as a customer. And then inspiring our customers. So really a key thing here as well is recognizing that customers do not have a lot of time to be reading through long manuals and videos on what to do. So really bite-sized insight, really engaging formats for us to inspire our customers. In particular, with this proposition, we wanted to make sure it was relevant to millennials and Gen Z as our key target audience. So you can see from the imagery here, lots of color, very engaging, so that it would really appeal to that audience space and inspire them to learn some tips that they can easily tell. For example, you can take a selfie hands-free. You just kind of put your hands up. There's lots of little tips and tricks that you wouldn't know. Even I, as someone that works at Samsung, learned a lot through these. And then in terms of inspiring, so this is a really good example of one of our countries, SEBN, the Netherlands, and the Benelux region. So they've really delved into how to inspire their customers. They've ran a Samsung Members Masterclass series, which had a lot of local influencers and partners there to help really bring it to life. There was a mix of virtual events as well as in-person events that Samsung members could go to. And then that was just really successful to help customers really learn something and add value to their experience. In terms of rewarding, so when we did the research, a key aspect that came out is the importance of instant gratification for our customers, not only giving them things that would be for the next purchase, for example. So we really wanted to have more regular, small ways to get rewarded with Samsung for how you're engaging with us, what you're doing in the ecosystem. So we created mechanics such as tap and unlock, where a customer can go on a weekly basis to spin a wheel, win some prizes, and then that prize may be linked to a passion. It could also be a new product at Samsung, so they're getting to try new things. In Italy, especially, they really focus in on that. They had a program called I Love Mondays. So every Monday, the customer would receive the push notification to go into the app and spin the wheel, get a prize. And it was just a really nice way to kind of make that feeling of, oh, not Monday again, but then have customers have that kind of familiarity that they can maybe win something. And that's the type of proposition that we kind of expanded then across Europe through Tap and Unlock. In terms of connecting with the community, so again, we created the mechanic at a European level for try it, do it challenges. So our community were set monthly challenges to take a photograph or share something linked to a passion with our product, with our devices, that they could then win prizes for. It's really easy, try it, do it challenges, which then help them learn something new and also win something. Poland is a really good example where they partnered with National Geographic and they did a competition where you take the best photograph with your device, upload that, and then it was featured in National Geographic as a result, as a winner of the competition. So that was a great example of like really having a really credible partnership and bringing that to life.
So I guess our third and final bit of the story is PPX, so it's another acronym. We refer to it as post-purchase experience. So this was about, okay, so we've taken the customer up to the point of purchase previously before COVID. After COVID, we were then like, well, we need to look after these customers now because we do have a direct relationship with them. So we wanted to set up a customer strategy where we can build these customer bonds with some really useful, helpful content. These little nuggets that you can send to these customers, and you can get them to unlock really cool things on their devices. And what we did is we looked at some key moments throughout the customer lifecycle so that we can kind of pinpoint when we want to send these messages to these customers to help them do this. So these are a couple of ways that we did this, and these are just 3 examples. So this is a really good example because Laura mentioned this earlier. So as Samsung employees, we go on product training, and I genuinely believe if everybody went on this product training, you'd all be a Samsung convert because there is loads of tech packed in and innovation packed into these devices, and lots of it is not unlocked by customers because they don't know how to use it and they won't go through these manuals, as Laura mentioned. So this is a really good one because this is really early on in the journey to say to customers, because everyone loves a selfie, but they don't like the awkward selfie angle of trying to find the button and get everyone in, and it's all a bit awkward. But actually, Samsung have got a great way to sort that out. And you can use voice control for that. So this example, this guy's saying cheese. You can actually use your palm just to hold it up and it'll take a selfie. And these are great ways just to kind of help customers just make stuff easier. And to kind of allow customers to be like, oh, that's cool. Oh, right, I'm going to try that out and kind of unlock that and it makes their lives easier. Another example, I mean, this is a little bit more functional, but, we know that the optimum battery life degrades after a certain amount of time once they've had a handset. So this was about actually, these are some really cool tips and tricks that you can do to make sure that you're prolonging your battery life during your day-to-day usage. Because actually, as you go on your mobile device journey, you pack more apps in, which then sap battery. You then use, it's got a lot more storage on there because you've got tons of photos and videos, etc. So there's lots of ways that we can help enhance the battery life that you're probably not using. And when it's early on in its journey, it's fine because you've got lots of memory and stuff. So these are just kind of like really practical hints and tips for customers. And then this is the joyful bit, you know, in terms of, you know, this is just an example in terms of just recognizing a customer. So, you know, just to say, look, you know, you've had a whole year of like swiping and scrolling with us, you know, and here's something that we can kind of give to you. So this is about the recognition. It's about kind of developing that relationship with that customer after they've purchased, and to actually show them that actually, you know, Samsung is someone who can recognise you and can kind of, you know, help you along your journey and help you kind of enhance your day-to-day life. So, you know, we just wanted to take you through a few things in terms of what the programme has achieved, because we do have some stats to share with you. These are obviously not the true stats, because obviously we obviously can't share them, but what we've got are some indications in terms of what we've got. But we've split our measurement into this ladder. And we know that as kind of marketeers, as loyalty experts, we like this bottom rung a lot more in terms of driving engagement, driving NPS. So we were, you know, we really need to kind of like shift this dial. But I guess when you're talking to your financial teams and your CFOs, it's like, well, so what? You know, you can drive engagement, but what's that going to mean to the bottom line? So we can show that actually if we dial these up at the bottom, so where customers are engaging more and satisfying more, they actually buy more and they stay more. And we can see that we've transitioned this all the way through this ladder, and we've got this framework that we're able to kind of track this through to customers. So when we're having conversations with the finance team, we can actually show the commercial returns in terms of how we're engaging our customers and what that means. So we can show that actually from a Samsung and a loyalty perspective, we have actually grown the base significantly over the last couple of years, and this growth in MAU, which is another acronym, so monthly active users. So we know that customers come in monthly, and we've seen a significant increase in that since we started this program, which is really interesting because I think it just shows actually the customers really value this content. This has obviously been driving this NPS driver. So we see an 11-point difference between members and non-members, but actually more significantly, we see a 20-point increase when you're looking at those customers that are satisfied with the app. So this is where we're trying to look at the best kind of where we want to focus our efforts on. And then in turn, this has then driven customers are more likely to spend more. So we can see that their average order value has been going up, and they're more likely to buy our premium products as well. So they are truly our fans, and then obviously they will buy again. So we've seen this return in terms of this repurchase rate uplift, which is really encouraging. So we know that when a Samsung members customer has bought a phone, they're highly likely to go and repurchase a phone. So these are the things that we have been really quite core to our program to then drive these conversations about why this is important to Samsung.
Okay, and we're next to Power Up. So just to give you a little hint into the future. So at Samsung, we want to continue to innovate with our brand and our technology. So a big focus for lots of our customers now is how can we make their lives easier? How can we make it more efficient? So Smart Things is a key product that we have, a Smart Things service to help our customers live more connected lives. So we're really going to be integrating that more into the loyalty engagement program and Samsung members. So we really want to help our customers live their most fulfilled lives, and we want to help make that easier with the connected world via Smart Things. And again, doing that in a way that's really connected to their passions. So we don't just want to throw loads of product features and capabilities at them, but really connect in with the key use cases that are relevant for our customers. These are 3 examples. So one is being more energy efficient, using smart things to connect with all your in-house appliances and make sure that you can turn up, down in terms of usage of your heating, etc. The great thing about smart things is that it is an open ecosystem. So it works with Samsung devices and also non-Samsung devices. So you can really have everything that you have as a connected product in your Smart Things app to help those all work really well together. Another example is with your TV, so you can get alerts when you're not in. You can change light settings to make the ambiance more better, use your phone as the remote for the TV. So lots of opportunity there. You can also, from a security perspective, you can connect it with your Ring doorbell, so if someone's at your front of the house, you can actually see that on your TV. You could also control your washing machine from your phone. If you're out for the day, you've got your washing loaded, but you only want to make sure that's on and finished by the time you get home. You can set that while you're out. It's the same with your cooking appliances. You can program that you set it to warm up and your heating. So there's lots of nice use cases that we're going to help to bring to life for our customers through Samsung members in the same way that we've been doing for the other passions individually, such as photography. So really excited about this and making that really help customers' lives be easier and more connected. So in summary, our key takeaways are that we've helped you understand from a business perspective how we've needed to pivot the company to really drive a focus on retention, emotional, active loyalty and engagement with our customers, and also that more direct relationship. Then from a proposition perspective, that we've really ensured to focus in on our customer passions and how our tech can help customers do more of what they love to do. And finally, the PPX. So this is our CRM sort of life cycle that's around this, making sure that we have personalized, triggered communications based on where they are in that stage of the life cycle to go back into the members app and see the most relevant content for them at that point. So thank you very much. I don't know if we have time for questions. Yeah, okay. Any questions?
Thank you, girls. It was a very nice presentation. I have a question about the investment that you have done on the program. Which part of the revenue it takes?
Sorry, the investment for rolling this
For the
out.
rewards that you, or for all the developments that you have done for to execute this program.
So the way that we're set up, we sit in the European office, and so we kind of create the overall strategy of what we want Samsung members to be from a European perspective, because actually our region is a lot different to other regions around the world. So Samsung's HQ is in Korea because it's a Korean company. So what they set out globally isn't quite how the European market works. We're a lot more advanced in terms of our loyalty expectations. So we have to kind of layer over what our strategy should be for the European markets. So the way that we do is we've been working closely with the markets. So ultimately the markets own their P&L. And so therefore they have to make the investment. So we have to then talk to them and kind of showcase them and run pilots to show actually that we can see these uplifts and why the investment needs to be made. So this is why we were really keen to make sure that we can reflect these results from a finance perspective, because our sales job is just a little bit harder, kind of talking to the markets, because essentially they need to kind of help fund this and help roll this out. So we've got lots of subs that help fund some of the offers that go out to these customers. They've got funding for the customer support elements that we were going through, as well as all the rich content that they've got. We also have sharing capability as well, so in terms of trying to localize what some markets who have further investment than other markets, and then trying to localize that across other markets, so actually we can share that resource and all of that. So actually that kind of makes it a little bit more efficient in terms of how we fund all of this. But essentially, we have to kind of pull together the business case and pull together the reasons why we should be investing in this, and then convince the markets to kind of take this up. But thankfully, I think because of the way that we've had to pivot and the big challenges that we've had to face, it's actually been quite a good conversation we've had with the markets, which has been really helpful.
Yeah, but as Cathryn was saying, the markets have to put their local market investment, and actually quite a lot of this is leveraging things we're already doing, but making it more effective. For example, existing local partnerships that they have for brand, also ensuring then that we get a benefit for the members through that contract negotiation. And when we're creating the content at a European level, again, that is done with a European investment, but when it comes to benefits, that's locally invested, and they kind of work with that on a case-by-case basis to get the sign-off.
I have a question. Thank you, Cathryn and Laura. My question would be, you mentioned at the beginning also retention and cross-sell is one of your focus.
Yeah.
So how do you use the program to actually promote cross-sell? I haven't seen anything in the presentation. Maybe you can share a little bit more there. And then secondly, is there also a way that you can track if it's successful? So if you have a cell phone customer and you try to, or you make him any kind of offer to buy a TV, is there any way you can track that he actually bought a TV then afterwards?
Yeah, I think this is where the D2C component is especially relevant. So as we are now trying to get more customers to buy on Samsung.com, what we've done is implement within the lifecycle comms a lot of relevant cross-sell offers as to help them buy that next device. So within onboarding, you've just bought a mobile phone, we'll then give you an exclusive offer for your earbuds or wearables that you can buy on Samsung.com. And we can track that. So we have seen huge uplifts year on year in how our customers are increasing that purchase. There's in terms of both the average order value, but then also number of products that they're owning across the life cycle. So it's very much, we have insight to sort of understand what's the next best product that we should be cross-selling to that customer based on that entry point. So for a mobile customer, it's the wearables, and then it's looking at the tablets and the TV experience. For a home appliance, it's more of a distressed purchase, so we don't have that same, but we will still include offers there, exclusive to Samsung.com, which they can benefit from. We can track it in a way, yes. So we get product registration data. So any customer that buys offline generally will register their product with Samsung account. So as a result of that, we can contribute our campaign and our communications to those product registrations. Yeah.
And I think also just to kind of layer on that, so the PPX that we delivered is a great program because essentially it's providing really useful content to customers. But at that point, it's also kind of unlocking and suggesting new things that customers could buy to kind of enable them to, enjoy their device a bit more. So where we were talking about, I mean, I didn't reflect on it on the slide, but where we were talking about kind of prolonging your battery life, we're kind of trying to help cross-sell kind of faster charging, wireless charging, and all of that stuff. So where it's relevant, we do try to cross-sell, and we've seen that customers who go through this PPX journey are nearly 4 times more likely to go onto Samsung.com and buy another product. So we're seeing some really strong sales off the back of this. But, as Laura was saying, we are still on our journey in terms of how so I think from a mobile perspective, it's quite easy to kind of cross-sell in terms of, kind of the earbuds, the watch, wireless charging, all of that stuff that kind of comes with a mobile device. But when you're trying to go into a TV category, it's a completely different kind of customer insight that you need to tackle. So I think unlocking the potential of smart things is a way that we're going to be looking to do that this year, which will be interesting to kind of see how we can kind of stretch and branch across that. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.